Man-on-man action down to the final 8 competitors of the juniors. Here we go, straight into the action. Chase just skipping out the back of that one. This, the tide has definitely come up and maybe not as much.
Taken off here, Federico, the man from Portugal with a strong roll, getting his campaign underway. So yeah, the adjustments, as Dave just said, man-on-man and 25-minute heats. We'll catch a replay of this one. Just straight into it, getting a completed manoeuvre. Good to get the ball rolling in the first 30 seconds. Always good for the mental state as well. You at least feel like you kick away some of the nerves, get your campaign underway and get a little score under your belt. So Federico, coming from Porto, the beautiful city in the north of Portugal, has flown the longest distance to be at this event. And
so good.
Be very happy for himself making it to the quarters.
He's been out in the water a lot today. And both of these guys out in the water are super hungry. Look at them. They're sitting at each other, looking at each other. Federico's like, who, me? Not me. Sitting right on each other. But look at him. We've still got the priority system. We've Chase Thompson in priority. He's looking at his flags. You can tell he knows how to work the heats right with the priority system running today, using it to his advantage. He knows he's got priority. Federico's still hanging around, not as familiar as of this wave, obviously, coming from Porto. Over here doing a really good job over in D-Bar on the Gold Coast and making the most of these fun little waves. We've got, here we go, he doesn't have priority, but he's found a nice left-hander. He's pushing around the section there, looking for a lip. Oh, nice projection on that roll and props up at the end, claiming it.
Yeah, big, nice, long stare back at the judges. That was a nice projected roll, but in answer, what has Chase Thompson got? Nothing as the wave just closes out. But we're going to catch a replay from Federico.
There's one coming out the back, which he might have his eyes on if it holds out for him. No, he's going to let it go. Here's a replay with Federico. Full projection roll there out into the flats. He seemed pretty happy with that one on the Sun Zapper replay.
5.67 for that.
Very nice. Putting him out in the front, rider in yellow, Federico.
Yeah, he'll be happy with that in the first few minutes. And definitely still some ramps out there, and it's good to see how these junior men are just using them to their maximum potential and getting projected out of that bowl, getting a bit above the lip, which is what the judges want to be seeing. They love critical maneuvers on critical sections. And yeah, that's what the riders know that, and that's what they'll be looking for. Both of them choosing a pretty similar bank to sit on, similar spot, real close to each other. I wonder if there's any conversation going on out there between the two of them.
It seems to be the main pick, that middle bank there. The surfers are fairly close to the competition area. Hopefully we don't see any interference today, but here we go. Chase Thompson on a nice right-hander with a spin to start, looking for the lip. Nice roll. Coming around, not giving him anything else there, but two manoeuvres on that wave for Chase Thompson.
Yeah, nice little combination. Clean bodyboarding there from Chase. We'll run us through this replay. You see he goes a bit further down the wave this time to make sure he lands that spin. Nice little leg flare and then finds a nice round roll to hit. Good combination. A little mullet flick as he kicks out.
The mullet crew representing Chase Thompson.
Yeah, he loves it.
Typical Aussie hairstyle. There we go. The mullet, they call it. The mullet.
I heard that his mum is actually a hairdresser.
Oh, I wonder what she thinks of it.
Yeah, exactly. I wonder if she cut it or if she wants to cut it.
Yeah, I bet you she wants to cut it. You never know.
Probably the case. Looks like we got some sets rolling in.
Yeah, but with 21 minutes remaining, Federico is out in the front with a total score of 9. Chase Thompson in second, only needs a 3.84 to jump back into first position with this man-on-man action here for Heat 1 of the quarterfinals.
Wow, big powerful roll there again, and he stands up tall, showing his chest to the judges, making the most of the set wave. Even though it kind of closed out, he managed to just get good projection, and looks like we got Hardy coming to join us once again in the booth. We'll just see what this set does, and then we'll do a little interview. Chuck this on you, Hardy. Let's see. Oh, we do have Chase Thompson up and riding, scooping around and finding the section. Kind of get into it slightly late, and that'll cost him. He doesn't manage to ride out of that one. But, yeah, jumping in with you now, Hardy. How are you going? How's that? Well done.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, any thoughts about the heat, the conditions?
It's got slower and like,
Tide's definitely
Yeah.
filling in out there, making it a bit
Yeah.
fat and a little bit more challenging. I mean, it's probably better that you're a little bit smaller than some of the other competitors, so you can sort of skip across the waves
Yeah.
a little bit better. But we know that, you know, at least if you get knocked out, you'll have a full-time job in commentary because you spend more time in this tent than I do.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
yeah.
Yeah. He's full of words. He's definitely, he's got a little bit of work to do with the commentary, but he's got it. He's all on top of the bodyboarding, that's for sure. He's spending so much time in this tent, winning heat after heat. Congratulations out there again. How's that knee going from your e-scooter accident?
Fine. I don't know. It's opened up a little bit.
Yeah, spending so much time in the water won't help the injuries, but yeah. So
You got any more heats today?
No. I got knocked out juniors, like the heat before Groms.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, well. Yeah, you
Yeah.
did 2 back-to-back heats, didn't you?
Yeah.
How's the energy levels?
Tired.
Time
Yeah.
for some Maccas?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
big rest tonight and then kick back off tomorrow morning, and fingers crossed we still get some fun little waves tomorrow, and the winds stay good for it. And like you said, it is a little bit more challenging out there, but you've made it through for that division, and
Yeah.
congratulations on that, on your win again, and
Yeah.
thanks for coming into the tent.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow, and like I said, fingers crossed we get some sick waves. We'll no doubt be seeing you in the tent again
Yeah.
tomorrow. Here's some action now. Chase Thompson, 2 rolls. Oh, can he hold it? He's there. He's just getting held up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, well, any last words you want to say to people watching back home?
Thanks for watching, and yeah.
Yeah,
Hardy
well done,
Fletcher.
Hardy Fletcher. Thanks heaps, buddy, and good luck tomorrow.
Hardy Fletcher, the Super Grom. Thanks again for coming into the tent, mate. What a legend.
Yeah, he's a good fella.
He's ready for a bit of a rest by the looks of it. And
Yeah, I
a
reckon.
feed and a nap and recuperate and get charged up again for tomorrow. That was a replay of Chase Thompson's wave. Not a bad wave. You had us stuck that last one. It may have been enough. We'll just wait for the scores to drop. But Frederico is sitting pretty solid in front with that big score of 6.4 and a backing score of 5.67 with a total of 12.07. He's out in the front by 5.57. There's a lot of digits there. It's still in second place, rider in red, Chase Thompson, with a total score of 10.64. Needs a 6.61 to jump into first.
And it's interesting to see how people's strategies are going to change in these man-on-man heats, because it's much easier for example, now Frederico is in the lead with priority 1. He could go sit right on Chase just to ensure that Chase isn't going to get that opportunity. That being said, there's still 17 minutes to go, so there could definitely be lots of time for situation changes, but it's something to be aware of as we're watching these man-on-man heats, and it's cool to watch how people do surf differently in like a strategic way.
Absolutely, yeah. You can see Frederico's definitely, he likes to sit on the people, you know, and he applies the pressure. And that's how it used to be a lot back in my comp surfing days a long time ago. There used to be a lot of pressure out in the water, and people they'd be on you all the time. We didn't run priority systems back then. It was just the right place and the right time. If you're on the inside, it was yours sort of thing. But rider in red, up again. Chase Thompson, nice roll on that one. Not a bad wave. He's propped up. He's done the mullet flick. The extra points for the mullet flick.
Yeah, that's it. And that, yeah, I wonder if Frederico should have let him go that, because that was a nice extended projected roll. So that's really going to help Chase's situation. And let's look at this replay here. Look, because Frederico did have that priority, but let him go, and he just got nice.
Launched.
Yeah, really clean, stylish roll.
And the mullet flick at the end.
Yeah, you can't forget that. So look at that, 7.0.
There we go. Wow, the judges rewarded him. That looked really good on the cameras, and it obviously looked good in front of the judges' tent because they've rewarded him with a high score for that one. A very nice executed roll on that one. With just over 15 and a half minutes remaining, Chase is currently out in the lead.
Yeah, that's it. Wow, big change of situation there. So now we have Frederico looking for a 6.08 if he wants to take back that lead from Chase. And some really good surfing there from the young gun. Chase is still in the cadets as well, so he's competing against people much older than him. And yeah, you can see just waving there to get the beach marshal's attention. He's saying, what did I get? What do I need? Just wanting to know how the situation is sitting.
It's sometimes hard to hear, even though we've got quite a loud sound beach commentary there, just with the wind noise and the surf noise. It's a little bit hard to hear. You've got to wait for a little bit of a lull sometimes to hear your scores and to hear where you're at. They've obviously got flags for the priority system, so you can see who has the priority. But when it comes to finding out if you've jumped into the lead or not, sometimes it's a little bit difficult for them to hear. Here we go. They're both having a paddle for this one. And Frederico's got priority, and he's taking advantage of that on this nice little left-hander with, ARS. And not quite sticking that one. It's getting a little bit hung up, unfortunately, but he's going for something a little bit bigger. He's hungry.
Here's this replay. You can see he just gets that section, tries to flip it around, but just getting caught up there.
He nearly had it.
Unfortunately, yeah, I thought a projection could have helped him get around it.
That's right. He had good projection on it, and he sort of landed in the right spot, but maybe just that wrap on those left-handers just sort of hung him up a little bit.
Yeah. Wow, how crazy. Into the man-on-man quarters. I got a Australian against the Portuguese. Just great to see some international action going on as the future pros has become a part of the international IBC Rising Series.
So stoked. With 25-minute heats, plenty of opportunities for anything to change out there, still with 13 and a half minutes remaining.
That's it. Plenty of time. 25-minute heats. It's only 5 minutes, but you do notice it a lot in the way the heat ticks down. And
I think so. It's a lot of time out there. It can make a big difference compared to a 15 or 20-minute heat. It doesn't seem like much, but it is a lot out in the water. Every second counts.
And look at Chase just kicking into gear. He's seen something out there. Some surfers looking at him thinking, Chase is thinking, get out of my way. I'm getting on this right.
He's paddling south for this set, and he's got priority, so it's all his for the taking if he wants it. It looks like a pretty good wave. Is it going to hold up on that bank? Chase Thompson roll off the whitewater, and it just didn't quite hold up enough for him, but managed to get one good manoeuvre. And Frederico going left on that one. That was unusual because it looked more of a right, but a nice roll nonetheless off that one for Federico. Not sure if it will be enough to better his two high-scoring waves already. We'll just see what the judges drop for that one.
Yeah, I wonder if Chase could have tried to race it around that one, but he ended up hitting it and still managing to get a completed roll. And then Federico getting a nice projected roll straight up into it. Not too much time on the bottom turn there. So we'll see. He's looking for a 6.08. We're going to have to see, because I know that the judges do like a good bottom turn into moves. They love to see a bit of slick on that bottom turn, and then that speed converted into a launch on the section.
They want to see that style and power. They don't really want to see forced manoeuvres. You know, they want to see that transition into the manoeuvres. And I'm not a judge myself, but you can definitely see how they're scoring today. There's a lot of things in play for the judges. That they're doing a great job down there. The guys will be tired after a massive day at the Shark Island yesterday, then jumping on the red eye flight up here to judge for this event today and again tomorrow. Good on them. Thanks to the judges, the beach marshalling and the beach commentary down the other end of the headland here. Shout out to you guys. Doing a great job.
Yeah, they're killing it. Consistent all day long, so it's good to see everyone working together to get things done here today at the first day of the D-Bar Future Pros Rising Series. And see no one having a look at this. They're being patient. They're definitely looking for sets. They're not looking, even if some of those insiders have good shape there, it looks like they're both just waiting for those set waves.
It's a little bit tricky. Like, you know, there is local guys here. They just know which ones to take, and some of them look like they're going to be good, but the way it's hitting that bank at the moment, it's a little bit straight. It's hard to make it around that section. You really need to look for those triangular ones that do have a bit of a wall on them, and a little bit of a cross-shore wind on it as well, which isn't allowing the waves to stay open as long either. That's why we look forward to these semi-finals and finals tomorrow morning. Hopefully we get a bit of light offshore wind, and it allows the waves to open up and we can see a bit of barrel action in the morning. Fingers crossed on that.
Yeah, that's it. No, it's been good. Yesterday was definitely a bit more windy, bit of white caps going on, but good to see it's still more or less smooth out there and some fun waves rolling through here. We have Federico.
He's got priority.
Strong paddle. Let's see what he can turn this wave into. He loves his lefts and his bottom turning into this. Hopefully that surfer gets out of the way with a big flip. Not able to land. You see him getting caught up there in the whitewash.
Yeah. It's someone swimming on the inside. There's a couple of... it's just a free surfer paddling out. There he goes. Here's the replay. The surfer right in his road. Almost landed on top of him with a flip off that one. Not quite sticking that manoeuvre at the end. Federico still sitting in second position with a total score of 12.07. Needs a wave with a 6.08 score to progress into first position and make it through to the next round. This is man-on-man action, 25-minute heats in this junior quarterfinal, heat 1.
You see him waving to see what he needs, but I think his head's in the right spot right now, Federico. He's doing those flips because he knows he needs something bigger than a 6. And perhaps, unless it's a bomb, I don't think a roll is going to get him there. And it looks like...
Chase has taken this one. He's got the priority. I think that was a bit of a tactic, that one, perhaps. I'm not sure, because it didn't really offer him much, but he just, instead of Federico taking it, Chase took advantage of the priority system. It may not always work in your advantage, because in the meanwhile, there may be a better one coming out the back, but it prevented Federico from possibly scoring a high score on that one as well.
Yeah, exactly right. And Chase knows that he's dangerous when given a good left ramp, so he'll be trying to avoid that potential at all costs.
You can see how much of a fun park this place is in the background there. There's a lot of surfers at the southern end of the beach, and quite often you'll see the likes of Matt Lackey out there just ripping it on the knee. This is his home break, and most of the spectacular barrels and big hacks you'll see of Matthew Lackey is at D-Bar here, this absolute fun park for bodyboarding. And Tyson Ryan, other drop nears and prone riders all have some massive highlights surfing this wave. There we go, Federico going for a flip again on that Sunzapper replay.
And I think they need to send some enforcers out there to get these surfers out of the zone.
Yeah.
Get some of the D-Bar heavies out there to get him out of the way, because they're right in the comp zone. It's pretty...
As this tide is filling in, this whole northern end of the beach has just turned into a big gutter, unfortunately, and they've had to move a little bit further south to that middle peak. The beach commentators will hopefully be ushering him out of the area, and hopefully we don't see any interference. Here we go, Chase Thompson, look, having a look at that one. Oh, come on, mate.
Yeah, and you don't love to see it. And
no, it's pretty disrespectful.
Yeah.
I know. Here we go, Federico. Something on this one, perhaps. He just wants that flip, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's scratching, and Chase just drifting over the top of one out the back, which had a bit of potential, but wasn't in the right place for that one, unfortunately.
Here's his replay. This is his 4th unsuccessful flip attempt this heat, and he really wants it. And I wonder if he's going to get it. 6 minutes, 50 seconds remaining. And he's getting more and more busy, more and more desperate by the looks of it. Federico just trying to get that score.
He's got 2 good scores, and there's nothing in it. You know, Chase has got a 12.47, and Federico has a 12.07. So there's only like 0.4 in it. There's not much in it at all. It's very close. Anything could happen. We're still just under 6.5 minutes remaining. Chase has a good score. If he can get another 6, it's definitely going to strengthen his score, but it's very close man-on-man action here for this quarter-final Heat 1. Stay tuned for the action, guys. We've got 4 more quarter-final heats, man-on-man action here this afternoon. It's going to be intense and definitely worth watching with these young, amazing competitors out on the water here at D-Bar.
Yeah, that's it. That is it for sure. Here we have what looks like maybe a little bit of a set coming in. Behind this wave, it looks like there's something. And let's hope that none of the surfers get in the way, because, yeah, look at this line rolling in. Let's see how this one stands up on the sandbank.
Bit straight. They might get a left off it. Federico's definitely looking at the left. His Chase has got priority, but no, it didn't offer anything.
Yeah, a bit more straight as this tide feels.
This one, perhaps. Now, was Chase going to look at this one? Chase
has got the prio.
Yeah, he's not going to let him have it. There wasn't anything on there for him, but he was just stopping Federico from getting onto that wave by the looks of it. Is he all right? Yep, he's fine. He's just popped up now. He might have got a bit of a Bit of a beatdown on that one by the looks of it.
Yeah, it looked like
Look,
it.
he's looking, seeing if he's going to go. He's like, nah, you're not having it, mate. I got... Oh! Yeah, he's got caught under the lip a little bit. He's fine. He's paddling back out. Super fit young man. He's got super mullet strength.
Yeah, infinite energy, these grommets. Just surf all day long, even free surfing when they're not in their heats, and then they surf in 6 heats a day anyway. But look at this left standing up, and Federico looks like he's in an amazing spot for it.
He's got the priority now, and he's going to take this right. Is it going to hold out for him? It's just pushing him out. Oh, bugger. That was very unfortunate. If we had a little bit of offshore wind, that one would have held up for him nicely. Like we had the likes of Jai's brother Zay Taylor 4 weeks ago at the state titles. Got it right and had that beautiful offshore wind. Here's the replay. Nice wave. When you look at it from a zoomed out point of view, it actually ran across the bank pretty well, but that onshore wind just crumbles them and just doesn't make them hold up, unfortunately.
Turning around quick here, Federico. Seeing if this is going to do anything, but it doesn't look like it's going to be big enough for a scoring potential. So just maybe even using that wave to get away from Chase, as he knows Chase has that priority and could potentially just sit on him and block him this last 4 minutes remaining.
Action-packed, some big scores dropping with the man-on-man action. See if Federico can pull a rabbit out of the hat with a big score. You can tell he's really hungry. And all he needs is one good wave with a completed flip or even a combination of manoeuvres, maybe enough. He needs a 6.08 to put him back into first position.
Yeah, they're both close together again, which Federico will not be loving at this point. And this is what I just love about man-on-man heats, is how intense comp strategy is and how much more it comes into play, and it's just a whole different ball game.
That's probably what Federico is doing at the moment as well. He's like waves that he's having a look at. Chase is like, oh, do I need to go that to stop him, prevent him from scoring high, or should I wait? Well, it's intense. I can imagine out there to be Chase to be looking over his shoulder. Where is he at? You know, like it's coming down to the final 3 minutes remaining in this man-on-man action for the quarterfinals.
Yeah. Another good point is it's really good for them to start practicing this at a junior level. Hang on, let's just hold the phone for a second and we watch Chase use that priority and boost a roll. Not quite, doesn't get above the lip, but still I think he managed to hit something. And more importantly, managed to block Federico, who was a bit deeper, perhaps could have had a nicer run into that section.
He looked like he was in a better position to potentially boost off that end section. It had a nice triangle shape to it, that wave, with heaps of opportunity to project off the end. And here he goes now, finding one there, just kicking out the back.
Paddle battle.
Paddle battle. Doesn't matter about the paddle battle.
For priority.
It does? First one out there? Okay.
Yeah, first one out there gets priority back, and it'll be interesting to see what the judges do. I think that priority we see now could potentially still be not up.
No.
They've given it to Chase. So Chase just got out there before Federico. But yeah, in that situation,
someone on the knee down there, bit of drop knee action.
They have fins on their board as well, by the looks of it.
Not really.
Next heat, ready to go. The boys are out there. We'll see who that is when the names pop up on the screen in a
1.5 minutes remaining.
Exactly. Wow, some really smart surfing from Chase. It's real strategic and clearly been studying up on comp tactics, and it's been paying off for him twice, using his priority to block Federico. But look what we have here. Look at this left, pushing a bit deeper.
Chase has got priority, and nobody's quite in the right position for it. Definitely had a bit of speed down the line there with potential for some manoeuvres off the end, but unfortunately nobody was in the right place at the right time for that one. With just under a minute remaining, Federico's having a look at this one. Is it going to be enough? Nice roll. Another roll.
Wow.
Whoa.
2 rolls. And Chase right behind him on the right. Let's see if this stands up for him. Going for the flip. He had to do it, and he lands it cleanly. Nice ARS there for
And he's
Chase
riding
Thompson.
it through the end. Has he got anything else coming through? Nothing else. But so he got the ARS or the flip on that one, Chase. And here's the replay.
Let's watch Federico first. So he comes straight up and gets nice projection on this, and then straight into the second one and manages to get some slick out there and land that. Let's see what the judges have to say.
Multi-combination maneuvers, and here's Chase Thompson's replay with a flip. Oh, not bad, not bad.
Surfing really well, young Chase, under pressure. And this is the end of the heat. These scores may filter through. We'll see if there's any change. And give you guys a full update with that. But